Remember, shortly we'll be having a conversation in studio and we'll be discussing that and so much more. But for now, though, I want to speak to my colleague Duncan Hyam. The first batch of the presidential ballot papers that left Dubai late Monday afternoon arrived in the country at about 8 p.m. This consignment will cover 30 counties. The second batch is scheduled to arrive in the country tomorrow. All right, thank you very much, Duncan. If you can hear me, just talk to us about the latest. How much more are we expecting from Dubai? Duncan, if you can hear me, you can just give us the latest update from what we're expecting from Dubai. How much more stacks of ballot papers are we expecting from the Al Ghurair?
As I was saying, actually, the final loading has just been completed, and as we speak, the second batch will be airborne 3 p.m. Kenyan time, 4 p.m. Dubai time, and that is 161 pallets for the remaining 17 counties from Laikipia, county number 032, all the way to Nairobi. That is the last county, 047. Therefore, the final ballot, the final batch of the ballot papers have been loaded on Etihad Airlines, and what now awaits is 3 p.m. Kenyan time, when that particular flight will be airborne. And as expected, just like yesterday, 8:20 p.m., the final batch will actually have landed, and that will be the final ballot paper with regard to all the 6 elections that will be taking place on 8th of August. Remember that for MCAs, the entire batch, the entire ballot papers were shipped in last night, midnight as well. Betty.
All right, Duncan, let's talk about the activities on the ground. For the longest time, a number of the presidential candidates wanted to be part of the process. Were you able to spot any representatives from the different political groups of factions that we have here in the country, basically just overseeing this process?
Yes, so the team that was here, they left over the weekend. Of course, they were here to witness as the printing got underway, and even the loading and the destruction of templates that had been used. And yesterday, I spoke to both the general manager for Al Ghurair Printing and Publishing Firm, that is Laksha Manan Ganapathy, and IBC Commissioner Paul Kugat. And they confirmed that all representatives for the presidential candidates who are here witnessed the completion of the printing of the ballot papers and subsequently the shredding of any papers that would have been used, the templates and all that, and they signed that they've seen exactly that. This morning we've actually been taken around the farm where the whole procedure was taking place, that was being undertaken under very tight security. The whole place has been cleaned up, and interestingly, even part of the media that was initially here, nobody was allowed to do the filming, and for that reason, as part of the security measures that they put in place, everyone going through the warehouse where the printing was taking place, they had to be given special jackets that cannot allow anybody to have, even if it's a hidden camera or any sort of recording that can actually be able to be used to sneak any of the printing to go out. And then, as we speak, now the final team of the commissioner has left. Paul Kurugat, of course, the last evening, Deputy CEO Betty Sungura left, and then Commissioner Kombe also left. Of course, we saw her in Nairobi yesterday, and therefore it's only part of the legal team and procurement that are here, and they are doing the final report with the firm, just to ensure that they do the final report, a confirmation that the tender given, the contract has been actually properly executed. So they're just doing the final paperwork so that they part ways, knowing that each party has fulfilled part of their bargain.
All right, Duncan, before I let you go finally, you've talked about the security situation on the ground and, how tight it is. Do we know who really is accompanying, the cargo in flights and, the security measures that have been put in place, when they're airborne?
they've actually made it extremely difficult, even for us to try and access Sharjah airport. It was very difficult.
Right.
And as such, they are making sure that everything here is guarded. We wanted to know who exactly will be accompanying the cargo, just to ensure that immediately from Sharjah airport, the next destination is Nairobi. Of course, Nairobi, Dubai is 5 hours, but just to ensure that there's somebody on board. They are not disclosing, of course, for obvious reasons, who will be receiving them. Apart from the IBC Commission, nobody is actually giving those details. So it's a matter that they are keeping it close to their chest, of course, for obvious reasons. And the general manager for Al Ghurair was very, very particular. He says that their reproach is above board. They are the only ones that are entrusted with doing a lot of printing for what you can call high voltage material. They are they say they are the firms that even print diplomatic passports for the UN, and therefore they believe what they've undertaken is above board. And of course, in what we'll be filing later in our bulletin, we've been able to be taken through some of the watertight security measures that have been embossed or actually processed in the ballot papers that will make it, they believe, difficult for any sort of photocopying or use of fake ballot papers. And therefore, they are saying whatever originates from them, they'll be able to confirm. If there is anything fake, they'll be able to tell. And therefore, that is the assurance that they've undertaken. Of course, they are saying those who have specifications as per IBC. And something interesting that has come, but I'm just confirming that maybe we'll have a proper picture at 1 o'clock with regard to the election as it stands, because we seem to be in some sort of danger if something is not done. But once we get that clarification, we'll be communicating in our subsequent bulletin bit.
All right, thank you very much, Duncan Hemba. They're reporting from Dubai. He has been following very closely on the printing of the presidential ballot papers that has been happening for the last couple of days. And the last batch arrives today at 8 p.m. And this are going to be for 17 counties. They're going to be arriving in the country at 8 p.m. today. And like you've heard, it has been quite a tight security situation on the ground. And we're following up just to see at what time they're going to be arriving in the country, even as we just wait for the elections, which are just 6 days away. All right.